He's got to get walk-through reps, and then the most important part for him is the meeting room, and whenever we got opportunity on the side, that he watches as much film as possible.
Can you tell the progress he's making just doing that?
No, I can't.
There's no way till he can physically?
No, not until you go out there physically. It's all new for him. You can get all the mental reps you want, but you need physical reps.
Yeah, he said, though, you'd watched a lot of film on him already to kind of get an idea of what he can do.
Yeah, no, he's an explosive athlete. He'll help us on the edge. Obviously, gives us more depth at the linebacker position, which we're trying to build up right now. I just think it's important for him to come back fully healthy. No need to rush, and then we're getting a half of a player. We need him as healthy as possible to make the run we want to run.
What is Nick Ralston like as a linebacker?
He's been pleasantly surprising. How quickly he's picked up, how aggressive he's been in run fits and getting to the ball, and really just steady. Everything you've asked him to do, he's done a great job of picking it up. And today he got first-team reps, and he deserved them, and we'll see where we go from there.
Obviously, a group that lost two senior linebackers last year, and new core this year. What do you like? What have you seen that you like so far in the spring?
Well, I think we're trying to build depth. We're trying to build quality players. I told them we're looking for 6 starters. Obviously going to go out there with 3, but we want to keep these guys fresh as possible. What I like is everything I'm feeding them, which is a lot of new information, a lot of new drills that they're not used to and accustomed to. They're taking it in stride. They're trying to learn. They're working on it. We watch film. We go at it. We get better again. So each and every day, I can say we made progress so far.
How much does what you guys are doing, how you structure practice, resemble what you did in the NFL?
It's exactly. I wouldn't be here no other reason why unless Herm was here. I get to college. I know we're in college, but it's the reason, everybody want to be a professional at some level of whatever they're doing. And if you can be taught that way of how to practice, the tempo, the thudding, we haven't scrimmaged yet because in the NFL you don't. You learn how to bring your feet and practice the right way, going 100 miles per hour. But at the same time, you're thudding and you're getting the work that you need to get into. So the schedule is, it's the only way I'm accustomed to doing it.
Knowing all the guys you've got coming in at your position group in the summer, how does that affect your thinking in terms of piecing this whole thing together?
Well, them guys don't come in and compete. We brought in guys who I think, Merlin Robertson and those guys are going to come in and compete. He's coming in to become a starter at some point. And he's going to have to do that physically, mentally, just like the guys here. These guys got 15 practices on them. So they have a head start. Right. So it's good for them to make the best impression they can now, because you know what you're getting with Merlin Robertson, at least I do, by being around him. But obviously he's going to add depth. He's going to bring a certain mentality to the room that we want at our linebacker position.
What have you seen out of J.J. Wilson at this point?
I like it. I love it. I told J.J. he's going to be an all Pac-12 linebacker, hands down. That was my goal. When I got here, we haven't had one hitting over here in 18 years. I don't even think Vontaze Burfict was a first team. So it's been a long time since we have had a first-team Pac-12 linebacker. So that's our plan, and he will be one. He's going to be productive. We're going to move him all over the field, left, right, middle. He's going to make plays, and what I like about him is he's taking that role on. Yeah. No, he's not vocal. He's not screaming and rah-rah. Just turn the film on. Actions is what coach has been talking about. Your words and actions need to match, where he's opposite. Less words, more action.
He's still relatively new to the position, though, so how have you seen his progress, I guess, just in the short time that you've been with him?
He's an athlete, man. He gets ball. And when you're a fifth-year senior, like he is, you've been around the program, you understand college football, and it's not the game's not too big for him. It's going slow. Obviously he's thinking a little bit right now because it's a new scheme. But when he's not thinking, he's a problem.
To that end, do you just want to get your best guys out there regardless of this, like if it's Wilson and Crump, and do you get them?
Yeah, these guys got to know all 3 positions. Mm-hmm. Like I said, J.J. Wilson will be at all 3 positions at some point this year.
Right, okay.
Crump, we'll see, Malik, Kalen, Nick, Cal, Merlin, who's coming in. We expect that from him as well. We don't have a Mike backer. We don't have an outside backer. We don't have a Sam. These guys are going to play all 3 positions. And again, it's the best 3 going to play the most, but we're going to have 6 guys rotating.
Right.
That's the plan.
Right. But there's nothing that would hold back putting any combination of guys out there together based on size or anything like that?
No. We're going to play the best 11 play. And I hope we have 4 linebackers out there.
Right.
Oh, we're that good that we take one of these DBs off and we got 4 backers out there because we can run.
I don't know if you talk Herm into
that. He knows production when he sees it, so as long as we produce it.
What are the best defenses that you've been around had in common?
Mentality, nasty, physical, downhill, 11 hats on the ball.
Like an attitude.
Ill intent. Every play, something ill should happen.
How far are you guys from establishing that?
Far. We still need other guys to come in the summer. We need the guys in the spring to keep picking up and developing like they're doing. But we're getting a core group, especially linebackers. Like I said, we're getting some core guys. I know who my top guys are already. And you just want to see them keep progressing in a positive direction and learning and handling themselves physically and taking care of their business on and off the field.
Can you develop that in 1 year, or does it take a little bit more time?
The good part about it, we got older guys. So with the 5 older players that we have that are juniors and seniors, we should be okay. These younger guys are gonna have to pick it up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like a fire hose going down in their mouth. You know what I mean? They're gonna take a lot in at a time, but as long as they can digest it, weed out all the fat and the BS, I think we'll be okay.
Before spring ball started, you mentioned Kyle Sewell as maybe a guy who just snuck up on you a little bit.
Yep.
And today he took 1 reps. So what are you seeing from him now?
He's progressing. I mean, the last 2 days he had better practices, and I told these guys, you know, our PowerPoint is very edible. I can edit anytime. And he was a guy that got bumped up because of how his work has been on and off the field, how he's playing, how fast he's doing, being consistent, not having mental errors. So I think for him, the more and more he can digest all 3 positions, the better it's going to be for him. Because I think he's the guy that probably is going to be naturally a Mike linebacker.
A few weeks into spring ball, how's the transition been like for you as a head coach at the college level now?
Well, I'm not a head coach, but I'm a
As
linebacker.
a coach at the college.
Head coach, you trying to get me fired?
As a linebacker coach at the next level.
And this is what I do. You know what I mean? This is what I've been doing for the last, since 2000, you know, since I got in the pros and then was a coach at Long Beach Poly and doing Nike camps. So being around ball is ball. You know, obviously it's fun to be around something that's new. Having a guy like Herm Edwards in charge leading the way. Again, that's the main reason I'm here, is to help that man and this university establish itself as one of the top teams in Pac-12 in the country.
What qualities do guys like Malik Willow and Keelan Thomas have that make you think they can start?
They got a nastiness about them. They got experience being here. They're a guy that's they're both guys who are taking in a lot of stuff at different positions that what I'm asking them to do. And they're taking to what we're talking about in the classroom to the field. So for me, you know, just watching production, watching get off, watching like I said, the arrow pointing up and not down and not flat. We don't want to be a roller coaster. We want to be a shooting star.
Who would currently win more one-on-ones between you and John Simon?
It's not even a question. LBs, just check Twitter out every day. You see who's whooping them. Look at the likes and retweets. Isn't that what it's all about?
You guys keep it competitive out there?
Competitive. Everything we do is win. It ain't no competition. It's a one-way street. Really? It's a one-way street.
I think he heard you.
It's a one-way street. We don't even hear that. We don't even hear the street. We don't even hear the cars on the other side of the road. Ask his running backs. Coach, we have to show film every day. Running backs on the ground. They can't stay up. All right, guys.